Hello everybody, Nathan Davis here from Cryptid Studies Institute. A video, basically Rick Dyer came out with a video today stating that he had a second Bigfoot body, and there's more to come. This hoax keeps getting more and more elaborate, and it's just fun to watch. It really is. I mean, if you're in the community, you just have to sit back and laugh. But I mean, the sad thing is there are people in the community that have fallen for this, and that's really bizarre. But anyway, because if you look at the videos and you look down the list, there are those that sit there and basically think that the world of Rick, you know, oh, you're the man, blah blah blah, and then like, okay, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone sometimes reading these comments, because it's like, you have lost touch with reality with the fact that this man in '08, you know, pulled a huge publicity stunt, a hoax, with the Bigfoot in the freezer, and now you're willing to jump on the bandwagon and say he's so great. Again, as I stated previously, it's a lot of people that are looking to jump on the bandwagon because there's a chance at, you know, saying, I backed him up and he's famous and whatever. So yeah, more to come. I'm thinking with the second Bigfoot body, he may have had one in the mix just in case this one failed, and he put this one out. Maybe he's putting this, I don't know what he's doing, but I can't wait to see the body. The body's coming, people. The body's coming. Body number 2. And the way he's making it out is like he's got like an army of Bigfoot bodies to come. I mean, you know, really. It's just so funny. I really, I can't wait to see this thing, to see if it's any better or worse than the first one. So yeah. And also, I had somebody comment on my videos, actually comment on my video, basically about not only those following Rick Dyer, but Bigfoot believers in general, and low IQ. They have low IQ. Well, let me say this. I don't care if you believe in don't believe in Bigfoot. I mean, I have a fairly high IQ. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's fairly high. And I don't understand the whole point of somebody that doesn't believe in something just totally razzing somebody that does, and vice versa. I mean, I have friends that don't believe in Bigfoot. We can joke about it and stuff like that because I don't care. It doesn't bother me that they don't believe. I mean, they haven't had I understand that they haven't had an experience that has profoundly changed their perspective on that subject. I went into it with a healthy dose of skepticism in the beginning because I was really on the fence. I had done some research and found a lot of evidence that said that there was a possibility that Bigfoot did exist through eyewitness testimony, physical evidence, and things of that nature. And so when I came into this, there was a healthy dose of skepticism. Over time, it was weeded out because I went out there and I actually did research. You know, applied scientific method to my research, and I, you know, had my own sighting. So, yeah, that was validation for me. I don't approach anybody that has never had an experience or anything like that. Now, if they're curious and they want to know my thoughts on things, I'll give it. But I don't go and approach people and make it out like if you don't believe, then there's something wrong. And I don't understand that. I really don't understand non-believers versus believers. You know, I get people say that I'm agnostic or deist or whatever. I'm also libertarian. I'm a very open-minded individual. And for me, I just don't see the reason for attacking somebody because of something that you find to be false. I mean, live and let live, people. Come on. I mean, it's like people that, and I have friends in this, and they might get upset with me for saying this, but I don't understand those that are believers in God, Christians, whatever, arguing with atheists, or vice versa, atheists arguing with Christians. I don't understand the concept of that, for the simple fact they're arguing over the existence of God. Neither side is going to be able to prove or disprove their point to the other side. You're going to have your cheering squad on one side, they're going to have their cheering squad on the other side, and nothing's accomplished. I've seen some wonderful debates between atheists and creationists, or people that believe in God, or whatever religion. And while they're thought-provoking debates, and they're well thought out on the perspective of the person and their point of view, in the end, the atheists clap for the atheist, and the believers clap for the believer. It doesn't render anybody from one side to the other in any great quantity. It doesn't result in change of any type. And for me, like with Bigfoot, it's the same thing. I mean, skeptics go out there and they point to certain evidence, and that's great that they do that. They point to certain evidence and poke holes in it, which is important. We need that. But overall, their point is that Bigfoot doesn't exist, and they're trying to make the believers understand that their belief in something that most of which have witnessed is false. And the believers trying to get the skeptics to understand that what they think is false. For me, I'm not trying to do that. If you're a skeptic and you don't believe in Bigfoot, I think you should get with somebody that is a researcher, that goes out there, and then try to validate your skepticism by going out there and not having an experience. If you do, then maybe you're wrong. But I think a lot of skeptics sit there and just poke holes in things without really going out there and doing field research. And with any scientific field, yes, there is theoretical studies that are done on paper and that apply mathematical equation to figure out, if it's plausible. But the next step is to actually go out and do field research and do actual physical research, experimentation. And I think if you're a skeptic and you just sit at home and you basically comment on videos and make derogatory comments and mean-spirited comments, how is that doing anything but trolling? I mean, you're not really proving your point. You're not saying I don't have any valid, you're not saying that I can disprove everything. Jeff Meldrum has validated many footcasts by actually examining them and seeing the dermal ridges, and has come to the conclusion that they're real from doing actual research. And I think that that's the thing. I went into this on the fence of, I don't know. But there's quite a bit of evidence to state that there's possibly something out here. And there's new discoveries all the time in zoology. You have new species discovered all the time. Now, most of them are tiny. You have insects and things like that, but you do have large discoveries. And sometimes they're in a very small area. So to sit there and rationalize that, well, that this can't be possible, and there's too much technology out there to make this possible, I think that's nonsense. But that's my opinion. But I think if you're a skeptic, reasonable debate would be fine. But just putting people down in a bitter sense because, you know, you're disenfranchised with these people, or whatever, you know, or you just are a negative individual, that doesn't do anything. It doesn't validate your point. And I mean, really, I look for common ground with people. There's a lot of people I don't agree with on politics. I don't agree with on this Bigfoot research. I don't agree with on a number of different things. But I don't focus on that when I talk to them, because I know when I do that, it's going to cause a big ball of negativity, and I lose a friend. There's a number of friends, like I said, I have a number of friends that don't believe in Bigfoot, but we agree on a number of different things. Libertarian friends, that we agree on political matters. Photographer friends, I mean, that we love photography, or videography, whatever it is. You know, I have a variety of interests. So, I mean, I focus on that with those people that are in that. And if they want to explore out into other things that I'm interested in and are willing to listen to my points of view on, that's fine. But you feel people out. And people that troll on the internet, that's just the nature of the beast, because there are people that just have no time on their hands except to troll videos and make negative comments that have no intellectual merit, but put down the intellectual merit of the person posting the video. Fascinating. It's just kind of like Rick Dyer. Rick Dyer does the same thing in his videos. He puts down everybody that disagrees with him. Says there are all kinds of things, negative things about them, but hasn't come forward with one lick of valid evidence. He says he's got all this mounting evidence, but the only thing he's given us is a couple photos that don't look real, and he's a known hoaxer. And you have people that are very big up in the Bigfoot community that are, you know, buying this hook, line, and sinker. So, yeah. If you don't believe in Bigfoot, that's fine. I have no problem with that. I would encourage you to go out there and maybe try to, you know, have an experience. But that's up to you. Rick Dyer is a liar, and he's come up with some more stuff saying that he has a second body. This is going to be interesting. Can't wait to see it. And 3, I don't know what 3 is. It usually comes in 3s. There was a third one, I can't remember what that is. Third one. Visit Cryptid Studies Institute. That would be cryptidsi.org. And, you know, see what we have up there. And yeah. Wait until February 9th. Let's see what happens. For me, I know what's going to happen. History speaks for itself. The man lied. And the media is going to get on the bandwagon, because the media loves to report nonsensical stuff. Rick Dyer is the perfect candidate for that. Anything that takes away from what's going on in the world, and, you know, stuff going on like with Fukushima, or with Russia, or China, or with us in general, in our political state, or financial state, whatever. Anything to take away from real news, basically, they're going to grasp at. Ray Wallace, 2001, 2002, they loved it. All the headlines said Bigfoot is dead. When Ray Wallace died, and his family came out and said that he was Bigfoot and Bigfoot is now dead. 2008, when they came out with Bigfoot in the freezer, and Tom Biscardi got involved. Had a huge press conference. I mean, they had live footage that took away from what was going on elsewhere. I'm sure there was way more important things going on in the world on that day at that time than this. And so yeah, the media loves any nonsensical thing, even if they know that the content is just fabricated. They love it because of the fact that it takes away from actual news. I mean, here we get to report on something that is just, the most ludicrous thing ever. A known hoaxer pulling another hoax. But we're going to report it like, it could be, but we don't know. Because, well, it takes away from what's really going on in the world. And that's my way of looking at it. So, yes, I would say that more than likely, news outlets will graciously have Rick Dyer on their show for the simple fact that it takes a segment of time away from real news. So get ready, people. The circus is about to begin. It hasn't even started yet. As Rick Dyer said, you haven't seen anything yet. So yeah, the circus act has just begun. And here we have Bigfoot Body number 2 of some sort of taxidermied army of Bigfoots that Rick Dyer has under his belt. So, anyway, thank you for listening, and have a good night.